You coming in here with me? Bitch ass. Hmm. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to, and y'all forgive my hair. I'm having a really rough hair day. I've had so many things going on that I just don't know. I'm just having a rough week. So I want to welcome you guys to Chit Chat with Katrina. This is my Chit Chat room. And so we decided to start doing it on Thursdays because I didn't want to lose my groove for this thing, so to speak. So today's topic is going to be black sheep. Now, we often know that many times we can be labeled as the black sheep of the family because of various things. And so, as I was thinking about something to talk about, that is the topic that came to mind. But before I get started, I of course want to tell you guys about a few things that are going on. So let me talk about a few announcements. Avery's not here because she is in Tallahassee with her mom because that's where she goes to school. So I don't have my little co host today. Madison is in here running around somewhere. So I guess I have her. So this Saturday, I know Sweet Friend, she is going to have her pop up shop that's going to be in Albany, and she's going to have her crew with her, and that includes herself, Sweet Friend, Candy's Cakes, the Peanut Man, and some of the other people are going to be there with them doing a pop up shop. So if you are in Albany or headed to Albany, stop by and or excuse me, go on their page. I know that they have been sharing the information so that you can find out where their pop-up shop is going to be. This Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the 24th. And that is the day that Adrian Moore is going to have his community feeding. So if you have not reached out to Adrian about volunteering or making a donation of some food items, some wonderful baked dishes, please reach out to him. And then let's see, I think that's about all that I can recall that's going on in the community of Bainbridge in Decatur County. So let's dive into this topic of the black sheep. So the word black sheep has been described as a member of a group who is different from the rest, especially in a family. It's a family member who doesn't quite fit in. And we know that either we are that family member that doesn't quite fit in or we know someone. The term stems from sheep, whose fleece is colored black rather than the more common white color that is traditionally seen in sheep. These sheep stand out in the flock, and their wool is worth less than the normal white sheep because you can't dye black sheep wool. The term has typically been given a negative implication, implying that it's not wanted. Again, black wool is considered undesirable because it cannot be dyed, so it's kind of considered useless. Okay. Now, black sheep of the family. I'm sure that many people can say at one point of their, in their lives, they've been labeled as that black sheep. Black sheep of the family is often used to describe someone who does not conform to the family's values or ideals and may have a negative impact on the family's reputation or status. For example, a black sheep of the family may be someone who has a criminal record, a drug addiction, or history of financial problems. However, also used to describe a person who is not following the same path as the rest of the family and who has different beliefs or lifestyle. Now, in the family, it doesn't have to be that the person has a negative lifestyle. It can be that, let's say that it's a family of drunks and there is one person who decides not to be a drunk, then that person can be labeled a black sheep. Or someone who has decided to go to college, whereas other members of the family have not gone, so that person can be labeled as a black sheep. Now, how do you know if you're that black sheep? There are many ways one can actually know and feel like the black sheep. And here are a few instances or situations where you can decide or determine if you are that black sheep. You feel like you don't fit in with the rest of your family or friends. You may have different interests, beliefs, or values. You feel like you are constantly judged or criticized by your family or friends. They have many high expectations for you, or they are disappointed by your choices. Whether these are positive choices to move forward in your life and create something different for yourself, or if it's something negative where the person is, having issues with the law or something like that. You have a hard time relating to your family or friends and feel like you have to hide parts of yourself to be accepted. This can be a good example, can be if someone loves tattoos, but their family is super religious or just doesn't believe in tattoos. So they feel like they have to hide themselves or hide that part of their life from their family. You may have experienced rejection and or exclusion from your family or friends because of your differences. You might feel like you are not respected or valued by your family or friends. It's important to note that being a black sheep doesn't mean you're a bad person. Let me read that again. It's important to note that being a black sheep doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It's more about feeling different or not fitting in with a specific group or people. Um, it's also important to remember that everyone's family or social dynamics are different. What might be considered a black sheep in one family may not be a black sheep in another family. Like I said before, you may be the only person who is in college or quote unquote doing something positive with your life, and others are not. And so you're labeled that black sheep. Now, so being a black sheep is not always bad. Excuse me. Now, personally, I believe the black sheep in a family is the one who is different or unique. However, that difference doesn't have to be bad, as I've said. For example, if everyone in your family, like I said, is a drunk and you don't drink, that they may call you an oddball or a black sheep, but that doesn't mean again that it's a bad example. Another example that you might be the only person again who graduated from college or went on to trade school, or even the only person that has a job. That's a good thing. But your family can tease you and taunt you about it and call you the black sheep. One of the hardest things to realize that many of us fail on our healing journey is the thought of all the feelings that come with these labels. Now, why am I talking about the black sheep? It's because it's a label. And many times, individuals who struggle with mental health issues have hard time dealing with labels. They don't understand why they're different. They don't understand why they're not accepted. And they can be labeled as that black sheep. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't mean that you are bad. It very well could mean that you are the best out there. And it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be different. I can use myself as an example. I'm about as quirky as anyone that probably has ever seen. I love bright colors. I love things that probably don't have match. Um, if you come into my house, it probably you'll see things like a lot of elephants, a lot of weird, looking sculptures. But that's what I like. I love listening to watercolors. I love a lot of different things, but that doesn't mean that I'm bad. It just means that I'm unique. Okay. So, as I said, once you begin to understand that there are many of us who face these difficult situations, then you can begin the journey of healing. And all the feelings that come with it, because there are a lot of feelings, but you have to be able to deal with those feelings by being ready. Those they come with those feelings, in which we come to realize that we're the black sheep of the family, and it's okay. It's okay. Or our peers, or the community. You just don't feel like you fit in. Maybe there's always been a nagging sense or feeling like you're the odd one, or a sense of feeling a bit orphaned, like you just don't fit in with the crowd. Um, you have some friends, but you're the shy one. It's okay. You begin to feel like the lone wolf, or a sense of being the scapegoat. Everything is being placed on your shoulders. Maybe it's because you felt misunderstood. and responding to things differently than other members of your family, peer group, or community. Maybe it's because you looked or sounded different. Maybe your life choices went against the grain of what was normal where you grew up. Whether it's because you spoke up when others didn't, moved away from your hometown, or chose to love and work differently. Focus on healing, Black Sheep, and remember that being you is not wrong, but perfect just for you. Now, the reason why I really wanted to focus on this particular topic this evening is because, again, there are so many people who are dealing with the identity crisis. And again, that kind of, turns around to the topic of the Black sheep. You don't know who you want to be. You don't know how you want to feel. You don't know if you're being accepted. You have issues with feeling like you're loved, whatever that feeling may be. You have to understand that as long as you are happy with you, as long as you accept you, then guess what? It's okay to be you. You do not have to go with the status quo. Now, given in many families, that person who is the Black sheep, ironically, many times becomes the star. Even though that person is different, it is the person that many people depend on a lot. And that's okay because there's got to be somebody. You somebody's got to wear that crown. So, Black sheep, why not let it be you? But I'm here to tell you that, again, it's okay to be different. It's okay to go against the grain. Do not feel like you have to conform to the status quo. Do not feel like you are not able to be who you want to be. Because if people love you, they're going to love you regardless. Okay. Now, in closing, I want to leave you with a few quotes about this wonderful topic of Black sheep. And the first one says, don't try to fit in when you were born to stand out, even if you are the Black sheep. Okay. Embrace your Black sheep status, for it is a sign that you are true to yourself. Black sheep are not outcasts, they're trailblazers. So, again, it's okay to be different. Accept who you are, love yourself. And for us adults that are dealing with children, now, I've raised two children and I've also been a child. And I'm here to tell you that I know my mama would tell anybody on any given day that Katrina's different. And that's okay because I like being different. It's important to nurture those things that we as adults see in children. We need to make sure we speak positive messages into these children because they're dependent on us. For example, everybody knows my relationship with Avery. I absolutely love that child. So I make it my business to talk with her every single morning and to let her know that she's beautiful. I tell her to have a great day. I tell her that she's special. And I always tell her that I love her. It's so many people walking around in this world that feel unloved. They don't feel beautiful. They don't feel special. And we need to begin to speak those words into these children so that when they get older, they don't have to worry about those things because it's been embedded into their memory banks. Now, some of us as adults may not have always felt like we were the prettiest person or felt like we were worthy, felt like we were loved. And that's again why we need to speak these things into the hearts and minds of children so that they can feel that they are loved, that they are special. Okay. Now, in closing, I definitely want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day, whether you are here live with me or whether you take the time to listen to this message at a later date. I'm not a professional at this going live stuff, so if you see any mistakes, charge it to my heart. You will charge it to my brain for being a little slow and not to my heart, excuse me, because I am trying to navigate through this thing. I'm not the best at it. I'm not, again, I'm not the best at it, but I'm trying because I do feel like it's important that we begin a healing process, not only for ourselves, but for our loved ones and just simply for the world. Because there are so many people out there who are hurting, and we may be hurting. I know I can, testify that I've I hurt from time to time and I cry from time to time. But we just gotta keep it moving. So I want to thank you again. I ask that you please like and share my little videos so that they may be an inspiration for someone else. And if you don't follow me, and I'll definitely follow you back. Thank you. Have a great day.